All right, back to the story now. So Maddox got hello, hello ice cream on the first date, kissed his date goodnight. She was like, oh, I like you. And Maddox like, okay. Okay, bye. She was cool, but, you know, there wasn't real chemistry. So anyway, Maddox then comes to the second date, all right? This is Saturday now. Now, girl number one has texted Maddox, and this time it looks like she's home. She definitely wants to go out, so Maddox is texting her back, and he's like, all right, should I make reservations to this place tonight? And she goes, yeah, go ahead, make reservations, sweetie. And Maddox says, okay, and he keeps texting her every 30 minutes to an hour to make sure she's not going to flake. But she looks like she's going for sure. So Maddox says, okay, let's do it. So he sets up a reservation and goes to... They go to this real fancy place, and it was so much fun. Maddox had never been there. He knocked it out of the park. It was a beautiful place with just a great atmosphere, and he looked like the big man. When he showed up, his date looked gorgeous. She was wearing a nice dress, really cute shoes. She did her makeup and hair and everything. She looked real hot. So anyway, Maddox sits down and he starts talking to this girl. And she starts telling him things that he didn't know about her. Like, first of all, that she lied about her age. She's only 24. So Maddox like, okay, well that's a little young, but, you know, here we are on the date anyway, so whatever. And then she just casually mentions that she has kids. And Maddox like, oh, okay. How old are your kids and how many? She goes, I have 3 kids. And Maddox like, gulp. Maddox took a big old sip. Took a big old gulp. And then he says, oh, okay, how old are the kids? And she says, 1 is 9, 1 is 6, and 1 is 1. And so Maddox is like, what? You're only 24? What the? Did you have a kid when you were 15? What the fuck? And then one of the kids... One of the kids is 1 year old. Maddox is like, did you just give birth like a year? What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, Maze. I know, you guys. I know. And she had tattoos. She was real cute. Anyway, so whatever. No, Maddox didn't dip out. I'm telling you, this story's crazy. Shut up. Alright, so anyway. After they finish up dinner, Maddox is trying to find out what she's up to and how long she's been in LA. And she goes, oh, I'm new to town. And Maddox like, how new? And she goes, I've been here 3 days. And Maddox like, what the fuck? You came here literally like the day they matched. When she came to Los Angeles, she matched with Maddox and they've been there for 3 days. Maddox is like, oh my god, there's so much of the town I want to show you. She goes, really? And Maddox is like, yeah, that's right, hottie. What do you want to see? And she goes, oh, I don't know, there's so much to see. Bruce can always has tattoos. Center.
My way low.
Maybe. I'm not going to show you guys her picture, unfortunately, because I'm going to respect her privacy, but... Anyways, so anyway, she's like, wow, why don't you take me somewhere, big boy? And Maddox is like, okay, hottie, don't you worry your pretty little face, we'll go have some fun. At first, Maddox suggested just going out and check out some gay bars because they're always a good time. And then Maddox said, well, if you really want to get crazy, we can go to the beach. And she goes, yeah, let's go to the beach. And Maddox is like, okay, hottie, let's go. So they got in her car, they drove down to the beach. They drove down to the ocean. And then she says, so Maddox Ubered because he drinks, you know? So Maddox is in her car, and she's like, oh, I have to return this car to my roommate in 1 hour. And Maddox like, what the fuck what are we doing at the beach? And Maddox like, where's your roommate? And she goes, downtown. Maddox like, fuck. So they're already at the ocean. And they only have an hour. So Maddox like runs down to the beach. They kicked their shoes off and they had a very romantic walk on the beach. They sure did. It was cliche as fuck. It was the most cliche thing Maddox has ever done. And he's embarrassed of it a little bit, but not really. They took a walk on the beach. They sure did. And then they saw a party on the beach. They crashed some mobile DJ party and they started just hanging out with these bunch of people. And then, this is an amazing little detail. Maddox, when he was walking on the beach, found a katana, not a real katana, like a toy katana, and $15. I swear to God, Maddox found 2 crumpled up bills, a 5 and a 10, next to a katana on the beach. And his date didn't even notice. He just picked it right up and put it in his pocket. And then Maddox like looked around to see if there was a little kid missing some money, but there was no kids around, so Maddox like, fuck it. It's my money now, dipshit. So he took the money. He picked up the katana to see if it was real, but it didn't feel heavy enough, so he threw it back down. So anyway, he took the $15. Then they went to this party, and then he's like, okay, we gotta get back. We gotta get your car back to your roommate. She goes, okay. So no, Danny Blue Jeans, he didn't get stung by a jellyfish. Yeah, Bunny Prowler, I know a lot of details about this date. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Maddox tells me very vivid stories, so that's why I know all the stories. Yeah, Fraudwith, it is a smooth move. Shut up. Slip 5D says, is she suitable for Maddox to see though? Oh, I don't think so, Slip 5D. Actual Sponge says she's baby collecting from town to town. Oh, you know it. So anyway, they get back in her car and drive downtown to drop off the car to her roommate. And as they're driving down, she texts her roommate and she goes, he's not responding. Maybe he's asleep. Maybe we have time. And Maddox is like, well, since we're downtown, do you want to go to Chinatown? And she goes, yeah, I would love to see Chinatown. I've only been in LA for 3 days. So Maddox took her to Chinatown. And by now, they're hungry again because it's been a couple hours and they went running around to the ocean. So Maddox says, Hottie, guess what? Tonight's your lucky night because I know a place that's open real late in Chinatown. We can get some delicious Chinese food. So she says, okay, that sounds good. And then the two of them went, and this is the first time they had a smooch. They had a smooch, they sure did. They had a smooch in her car in the intersection, they sure did. Anyway, they went to Chinatown and got some Chinese food. It was so much fun. They were pretty much the only ones in the restaurant. There was only one other table and a big fat baby who was asleep. That's right, that's a detail Maddox won't ever forget. This baby was big, fat, and he was asleep.